Hey everyone, this is an introduction to stretching with stories. I thought I should have some sort of intro, like what is it and where do I find it and how does it work? What do we do? That sort of thing. So this is an idea I had and I'm just now putting it all together. So what it is it started with yin yoga, right? We do yin yoga and I love yin. It helps my hatha yoga practice so much. So yin isn't a traditional practice in and of itself. It's stretching. It's purely stretching to help your hatha yoga practice. So it's not traditional in the form of like you need to focus and tune inward, all that stuff. You can just stretch. So as I was making all these yin yoga videos you can find on my channel, there's only so many times that you can say the same things, find your edge, da, da, da. And it's a fine balance between, I want to say enough, but I also want to leave you to your stretches, And so when I do my own stretching at home, I often listen to an audiobook or something to pass the time. I have my timer and I know I'm going to hold the stretch for, 3 minutes, or if I actually only hold it for 3 minutes or 2 minutes, like most of the videos are on this channel, then I might just have my own thoughts to amuse me. But sometimes I hold things for 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, that sort of thing. So in that case, I do have an audiobook. And again, with hatha yoga, you want to tune inward. You want to feel everything, feel all the feels. But when you're stretching, you want to hold a sustained hold to help out the muscles, tendons, and ligaments, right? So I thought, well, why don't I make like an audiobook that you can listen to while you're stretching? I don't know. I think it's a good idea. It's maybe a terrible idea. I have no idea. But we're going to try that. So what else can I tell you? The first book I did, it's The Wizard of Oz. No, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz is what it's called. So I'm going to put that together. Hopefully today, I'll get most of that together and I'll have that up for you hopefully tomorrow. And well, maybe late tonight. We'll see how quickly I get it all put together. The way I chose the first story is, it's nice to read books that are current, but you have to pay for them. So not saying I wouldn't do that, but I don't know how to contact authors. Maybe I'll look into it one day, but there's something called the public domain. And if you haven't heard of that, what it means is there's some sort of calculation. If an author has passed away more than like 100 years ago or 70 years, something plus the count of the something, there's reasons, then anyone can use it and it's free to use, including The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. And I had never actually read the story. So I was like, well, I can read classics and then also put it together with some stretching. So what you'll notice is for the stories with stretching, or stretching with stories, or whatever it's called, the audio will only be stories. So it'll be just like an audiobook-ish, except that I'm not a professional. So feel free to make fun of me. I'm all for that, actually. But just be kind. I'm trying my hardest. And then the video will just be me stretching. So it won't be me explaining how to do the pose or the stretch, the yin. It'll be yin poses. So, or just basic stretching. I don't think you'll need it because there's lots of yin classes on this channel. If if you've been part of this channel for a while, you're already going to be familiar with them. So you won't need the instructions of how to get in and out of them. If you do, please check out those other videos. So in that instance, it might be better if you're more of an intermediate student. But having said that, even if you're a beginner, try it, see how it goes. But yeah, there'll be no instructions. So you'll have to look at the screen to know when to change. Now I'm going to add like a timer. So you'll be able to get into the stretch and you'll see once we're in the stretch, I'll put a timer somewhere, maybe here, there, somewhere on the screen where it makes sense. And it'll count downwards. So you'll see the timer pop up like 5 minutes, 4:59, 4:58. So you'll know approximately, okay. And then you can even close your eyes and listen to the story. And then maybe you open them again, look at the screen. Oh yeah, still 2 minutes left. And the thing to know is sometimes, especially with the audiobooks, I picked stretches that are safe to hold for longer. And then the ones that aren't safe to hold for long, I'll just keep those in the regular yoga classes, not having them in audiobook, so that you are able to really get into the stretch and let your mind go with the story. So having said that, if there's a stretch that we're holding, for instance, for 5 minutes or more or less, and it becomes too much, just like any other yoga class, back off. And especially if it is holding for, like, we're holding for 5 and you find only 2 is comfortable, hold for the 2 and slowly come out. Just make sure you do move in and out slowly, move around a bit, maybe counter stretch a bit. So if we were folding forward, maybe kind of arch back a little bit and then slowly get back into the stretch for the remaining 2 minutes or what have you. Always be sure of that. If there's a stretch on that sort of same line that you just don't feel comfortable doing, just skip it or repeat the whatever was last. So again, there's going to be no instructions for me to help you. This is for, you kind of know what you're doing. You can look at the screen and go, oh yeah, that's stepping the feet apart as wide as they'll go. I know that one. We've done that a lot. And yeah, and then you listen to the audio story. Okay, I think that's all I have to say. Do leave questions in the comment section. I will be checking them if you do have questions. And other than that, check the description for when the first one, it'll be the Wonderful Wizard of Oz Part 1, comes out. I look forward to seeing you. Let me know how you like it too once it comes out. All right, have a great rest of your day and happy stretching.